Welcome back, horror fans. It's been a few hours since you've seen the New Year's episode. We are in different attire because why not? Anyway, I'm Tim. This is Nick, my co host, and we are your hosts for the Killer Media Podcast, where we discuss all things horror with some added fun.
hmm Well, today, what we got planned is first we're going to do a trivia between me and Tim.
Mhm.
Obviously, just me and Tim.
Yeah.
We don't have a helper today.
No, rude.
And then it's going to be 10 questions each for each of us. And then we're going to move on to hot takes.
Yeah,
Those
horror
are going to
hot
be
take.
fun. Nice, controversial hot takes.
We'll see what we can stir up.
And then at the end, then we're going to head to doing the Nosferatu review.
Yes, the big point, the big finisher of the episode.
Yeah.
Nosferatu. So, we'll jump right in.
Yeah.
So we have 20 cards here. We're going to each have 10.
All right.
I'm going to give them a little shuffle. Now, I did sort these out to ones that are more keen to what we may know. There are a lot of cards, and some of the movies we just haven't seen. So, no cheating was involved. I did not look at the answers. If I get them all right, it's coincidence. So I'll deal these out. 1, 2,
Does the house always win?
maybe. So there's 2 questions on each card. Some of them, we can do both of them, or you can just pick the one that you think makes more sense, that we might know.
All right.
And then watch the back of the card has the answers. So don't hold them like this and read. Kind of hold them to yourself.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go first, I'll let you go first.
All right. See, it's funny. 2 of these questions, I know you'll 100% get right
Yeah.
because I know the answer.
Mhm.
I know you like the movie that this other question is, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you what 2011 film was the first horror movie directed by Kevin Smith? See,
I know some of his horror movies.
For some reason, I'm not thinking.
And the only one that comes to mind is Tusk. That's the only one, but I don't know what year that
yeah, I
came
know
out.
he directed, but that's
What year did that? I don't know.
20. You know what?
Is it
think
Tusk?
I feel like it is.
Is that his debut?
It's a Red State.
Never heard
Yeah.
of it. Never heard of it.
And
We'll give it a 1.
The question was, what was written on the hotel in The Shining?
Ah, Red Rum.
Yeah,
Red
exactly.
Rum.
I was like, that would have been too easy.
Yeah. What is the name of the girl who's possessed in the movie The Exorcist?
Oh, Renee.
No.
Wait.
It's Reagan.
Fuck.
You got
Renee.
close.
Oh my god.
Renee.
I was confident. Shit. See, I've never really fully watched The Exorcist. So.
You're lucky we don't have wings on this episode.
All right. Oh, this is a quote.
Mm.
I don't know if you'll get this because I actually don't know what it is. We have such sights to show you.
Oh.
Name the movie.
A little maneuver here. Sorry, folks. There we go. I was like out of frame there for a sec.
It sounds familiar, but
Hellraiser? Pinhead?
you know what?
We have
Yeah, Hellraiser.
I'm thinking of his deep voice. We have such
Yeah, it was.
sights to
Okay,
show
that's
you.
where it sounded familiar.
All right. Which one do I want to pick here? This one's a little more difficult, so I'm going with this one. But I don't know if you'll know because I don't know who this person is. Which installment of Halloween did Jamie Lee Curtis and Janet Leigh, I think, star in together? So what movie did they both star? I don't know who that is.
So wait, is it which Halloween movie?
Yes. What installment of Halloween? The question is, I don't know who that is.
Why do I feel like it's like a trick question?
Who is that in the movie? I didn't know she was big, but interesting.
The name sounds familiar.
You got like 13 guesses.
Well, definitely not new ones. I don't think so. Actually,
I'm not sure when this game came out, this trivia game, so I don't know.
Huh.
You got like 1 in 10.
Damn, I don't want to drag it on. So, why do I, the first one?
No.
Like, I don't know who.
That's what I would say. It was H2O, but I don't know who she plays in H2O. What girl is
I
in
was
it?
kind of thinking H2O because that's the only other one that Jamie Lee Curtis is in that's
Yeah.
like
Right.
has a bigger cast.
Right. And then the other one was
Damn.
how did Jason Voorhees meet his demise as a kid?
Oh, drowned.
Yeah. I was like, that's too easy. So I skipped that one.
Yeah, okay. All right. Where does Ashley Williams work in the movie Army of Darkness?
It's something Mart. I think is it S Smart? Shop Smart, S Smart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
S Smart. I was gonna say H Mart, but that's an actual store. So it's not that. Alright. You might know this one. You might
I
know
hope
this
so.
one.
I need a point.
Bela Lugosi was best known for his portrayal of what universal monster? Think of his name.
Oh, Bella.
Think of his name and how it's like enunciated. That might help you.
What's his name?
Bela Lugosi.
He's one of the Universal monsters.
Maybe if I say it in the accent, that might.
Is it like the older Universal monsters?
Yeah, like the original. Bela Lugosi. Maybe that helps you. The way I enunciated it. There's not a
What
lot.
are
There's
the-
not a lot of monsters that talk. So there's the Mummy. You have Frankenstein, the Invisible Man. You have the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Dracula and the Wolfman.
Is it Creature from the Black Lagoon?
No.
Damn it.
What will be your second guess?
What's his name?
Bela Lugosi. If I say it like that.
That doesn't help me.
But it should.
Why should it?
Once you know the answer, you'd be like, oh, maybe. It ties into our episode today.
Oh, is it Dracula?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of gave it that one.
Dracula.
Oh,
Bela
okay. That's where
Lugosi.
you were.
Yeah.
Is Dracula Italian?
That's like how he, I don't know, with Transylvanian talk.
Oh, that was way too much Italian.
Dracula. How about that? Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
I bid you welcome.
I think it has to be more like Nosferatu's voice.
I gotta practice more. Do not disturb my slumber. Is that better?
No.
Fuck
All right.
you.
What director of The Omen went on to direct the 1978 film Superman?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess that's the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Pretty sure it is.
Who directed that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a pass. I don't know. What's the second question? Can I redeem myself?
No, I feel like it's too easy.
Too easy?
I'm pretty sure it's like.
Like, this is super easy.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Like,
Darn. What is it?
it's set in the year 2455. Where does the film Jason X take place?
Space.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I thought it was maybe like a trick question where like a specific,
like the spaceship that it takes place in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like
Hmm.
I figured.
All right. Here's one.
Oh, this one's a nice one.
This film, written by Quentin Tarantino,
Oh,
about a gang of vampires in a bar, was also made into a TV series. So what is it called?
the TV series.
No, the movie.
Oh, until dusk till dawn.
From Dusk
From
Till
Dusk
Dawn.
Till- all right.
I'll give it to you.
Wait, is until a sequel?
I don't know. Maybe that's the TV show. I dropped my card.
No, I don't think that's.
You're thinking of Until Dawn.
Yeah, it was just. Hey, I watched the movie several times.
I think we're too close to the sign. Keep hitting it. It's too late to fix now.
Yeah, probably.
What are you gonna do?
These are both pretty easy.
All right.
What is the cursed object in the 2009 movie Drag Me to Hell?
Whoa, we just watched that a few months ago. It's a button.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the other question was, what was Leatherface's weapon of choice?
chainsaw.
Yeah.
Or mallet.
Yes.
But mainly a chainsaw.
I was like, maybe it's a trick question where.
You never know. I don't know if you'll know this, and it's sad, so I'll say the other one. What was Candyman's weapon of choice?
Oh. It's just a hook.
Yeah, a hook for a hand.
Sickle? Okay.
The hook.
Okay.
I don't know
Was
if
it
you would...
specifically like called a sickle?
Yeah. I don't know if you would know this. I would know it.
What's the question?
What legendary funny man duo encounters all kinds of classic monsters in their Meet the Monsters movies? This isn't.
The
This
monster.
isn't. It's not called that. It's just so and so and so and so meet Frankenstein, and like it's a very old, like black and white comedy, like movies.
Three Stooges.
Close. Abbott and Costello. But close.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you would have got that.
No.
Clearly, you didn't.
All right. Good Ash, bad Ash. I'm the guy with the gun. Name the movie. The quote.
I got
Which one is it?
3 guesses.
Yeah. I actually don't think I know this one.
That one's got a little bit of humor, so I think it's either 2 or 3. They've noticed you're here.
Wow.
They smell you. I'm gonna go 2.
Army of Darkness.
That's 3.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's 3. Okay.
Damn.
That was from. Huh.
The
Okay,
second
yeah,
one
that is
is
Army of Darkness.
something Dawn, right?
I was wrong. Yeah.
Day.
I think.
What is it?
I don't know.
Don't know. Evil Dead 2. Something Dawn. I have it written down. Anyway. These 2 are both good, but this one's gonna be a quote. I see dead people. Name the movie.
Wait. Okay.
I see dead people.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one was, what movie contains a scene in which a father chases his son around with an axe?
The Shining.
Yeah. I was like, they were both kind of easy.
What movie's tagline was "Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water"?
Jaws.
Okay.
2.
I'll give you that
Jaws
one.
2.
Jaws 2.
Jaws 2. I think I know what this is, and I think you've seen this, maybe. What 2012 film stars Ethan Hawke as a true crime writer and featured a demon named Buggul? Bughul.
Is it Sinister?
That's what I think it is, and it is.
Okay.
Nice.
I couldn't. I saw
that's
the
what I
movie
would've guessed.
once.
I saw it once.
Yeah,
Really
I
good.
saw it once,
Exceptional
and I
movie.
didn't really like remember too much of like the whole plot.
Mhm.
But I was like, I couldn't remember if
That's
Ethan
one of the
Hawke
ones
was in
that
it.
like actually scared me when I watched it. This was like maybe like 6-7 years ago, but that was one of the ones in a while where I was like, oh, this is like scary.
Is it like really the part where like he's doing the camera
Yeah.
and like on is it a projector, right?
Yeah.
And then it's
He's looking at like the footage.
yeah, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it like, pops up. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that is pretty good.
That was a scary movie.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch it again.
It's scientifically the scariest movie, based on test results where they measure heartbeat.
Really?
That one has the highest. So scientifically, it's the scariest movie.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, and there's a second
one. One's way too easy. The other one, not sure. I might think I could maybe have a guess with this question. A group of young people are guided through an abandoned radioactive area in Russia in which 2012 film?
Radioactive. Russian. Chernobyl.
That's my guess. Chernobyl Diaries.
That's the same thing.
The other question would have been, what is the name of the possessed doll in Child's Play?
Charles Lee Ray.
Chucky. Charles Lee Ray.
Easy. All right. What is the name of the sequel to Ridley Scott's Alien?
Say it again.
What is the name of the sequel to Ridley Scott's Alien?
Aliens.
Yeah, plural.
Plural.
Multiple. Many.
All right. The serial killer in Scream wears a mask inspired by which Edvard Munch painting?
Edvard Munch, The Scream.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yes.
The Scream.
And then the other question was, what snack is Tallahassee searching for in Zombieland?
I've seen that once, but I think it's a Twinkie.
Yes. I love that
Yeah.
movie. You've only seen that once?
It's better than Shaun of the Dead.
Okay. What's with the shade?
All right. You know this one. You'll get it like that.
Uh,
What series of children's horror books is written by R.L. Stein?
the Mumps? No, I'm kidding. The Goosebumps.
No, it's just Goosebumps.
The Goosebumps.
It's not. It's just Goosebumps.
No, it's the... Why are these? See, some of these are like way too easy. They're like too
Yeah,
mainstream.
They're gimmies. They're throwaways.
You're pretty much gonna get either one of these right.
All right.
What is the name of the serial killer in the 2004 movie Saw?
See, now I'm gonna forget his name because you told me I'm gonna know it like that. It's the bald guy with cancer. Like his actual name,
Mm,
right? Great, I'm gonna forget.
yeah, I would say
Because like I know it's like Jigsaw, but it's not. His actual name.
that's in parentheses.
Yeah, so half a point maybe. I forgot. I know it, but I forgot. Like when you say it, I'm gonna. When you say it, I'm gonna like slap myself.
Think of Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Oh, John Kramer.
There you go.
Yeah.
The other question was at the end of the slasher film crossover, Freddy vs. Jason, which horror icon walks away holding the other's severed head?
Jason.
Yeah.
Give me. All right.
We did not keep track.
This one's a little funny. I'll do two of them. This 1982 film features an escaped mental patient with a drill who decides to crash a high school student slumber party. It's not that one; it's the real one. But it's funny.
Teenage Slumber Party Massacre. What is it?
So you got them flipped. The fake one and the real one. So the real one, the real one is the Slumber Party Massacre.
Oh,
the other one was the Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare.
Oh, okay.
And then the
I
second
said
one,
Massacre, but like couldn't. They're pretty much the same film.
Yeah. So this one you got to be specific, and you'll know what I mean when I read it. The Thing arrives at Outpost 31, Antarctica, disguised as what animal?
I have to be specific.
Yeah, so you can't just say dog. What kind of dog? That's what the answer is. The specific breed.
They huskies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Husky.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there was like a caveat to that.
No. All right. Well, that does trivia.
Yeah.
I was not keeping track, but I think
you got.
I probably got more.
Majority.
You had a lot of easy ones there.
Yeah.
So.
House always wins.
House, it's rigged.
It's rigged.
I did pick them out. I did not look at the answers though, but I did pick them out. So that is horror trivia.
All right.
This will return eventually. So next up, horror hot takes. Let's see if these get any of us.
All right.
I wrote down like a whole bunch, but I don't know. Well, maybe we'll pick just a few.
Yeah, like some of these I think were just like we saw them and we thought maybe we could see if either one of us agrees, and some of them were pretty much our own.
All right, so you went first in trivia, so I'll go first. Halloween Ends is a top 5 Halloween movie in the franchise. It's in the top 5 out of all 13.
Trying to remember my exact ranking. Pretty sure that was in the top 5, so I'm gonna have to agree with that.
You have to agree with that. All right.
Yeah.
And that make a lot of those people angry.
I mean, hey, when I first watched the film,
We both thought it was.
I didn't like it. I thought it was trash. Didn't look at it again, and then after rewatching it, I changed my opinion.
It's a good film. It's not a good end to a Halloween franchise, but
yeah, not the best end.
It's a good
even
film.
For the movie being called Ends.
Right, but it's a good film.
Looking back at it, I was too hasty.
There's a great film in there. You just have to dig around and re-edit some stuff. But there's a good film in there.
Around.
Yeah. There's a good film in there. All
right. Jason X is a fun movie. Like it's
stupid, but it's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
I considered putting something like that on my.
I feel like it just has a lot of hate. So it's fun. Like I think a lot of people are just like it's not fun to watch. Like it's just
a lot of people think that because he's in space.
Exactly. Ooh,
but
Jason in space.
It's the most unique
It is.
one, and all of the other ones are the same exact movie. So I give it props for being unique.
And he
Switching it
literally
up.
smashes two like holographic women, like the
Yeah.
freaking camp counselors.
In sleeping bags.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you not like that?
Are holograms, not real people.
Yeah.
So
they don't count as deaths. So.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't count it as deaths.
Yeah. I wonder if they showed up on the kill count.
Oh, maybe. I wonder.
Oh. All right. Let's see. Which one? I got a good one. I think I'm going to save it.
Oh, you're gonna save
I'm
it.
going to save it.
All right.
Here's a good one. Robert Englund does not need to play Freddy anymore to make a good Nightmare on Elm Street. He's not needed to continue that franchise.
I'll agree with that
It
one.
doesn't need him.
It'd be really great to have him back.
It would, but it doesn't need him.
Yeah.
He's not the reason those movies are super big. He's a good help, but he's not the only one that can play Freddy.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that the new Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't think the reason why it didn't do well was because of the actor.
No, he did a good job.
Yeah.
He did a great job. It was just written poorly.
Yeah.
But no, he did a good job. All right. I'm waiting to blow
All right.
up.
Rob Zombie's Halloween movies are not as bad as most people say. I rank them pretty much low on my Halloween ranking, but
They're dog shit.
compared to
No.
the other Halloween movies in the
No.
franchise,
They're still dog
like
shit.
I don't think they're like
They're dog shit.
like the first one is better than Rob Zombie's second Halloween. But I mean, yeah.
No. They're equally zeros. They're not good. There's nothing to be liked. Here's my next one.
Nothing. Not even one tiny thing.
The only good thing I'll say about that, the one movie, the second one, the only good thing is the opening hospital scene. But it's instantly ruined by a dream sequence, so I take it back, so it's not good. Cinematically, it's good to watch, but it does nothing to the story because it's not real. So it's tarnished. So my
Tainted meat.
It is. My next one is Rob Zombie's Halloween movies are unwatchable and there is not an ounce of enjoyment to be had.
Is that a hot take though? Like I don't know. What is the exact majority of people?
I don't know. I think it's split.
Yeah.
A lot of people you'll find like it, and a lot of people don't. But maybe it's a medium take. I just thought it was funny to counteract yours immediately with that one.
All right.
Because it was the exact opposite.
All right. The first Friday the 13th is lame.
I was gonna put that on my list as a franchise.
This is just me saying, yeah, like
as a franchise or just the first movie.
Both. Like when you think of Friday the 13th,
they're B movies.
I don't even think of. I mean, like the very exact first one. Compared to the other ones.
That's like probably like the least watchable one.
Yeah.
No, I think the franchise as a whole is mid.
Yeah, I mean the only great thing about that one, the very first one, is the ending where she slashes her head off, and then Jason watches.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that's Friday the 13th, Jason.
Yeah.
And when you think of Friday the 13th, you don't think of his mommy.
No, you think of Jason.
Yeah.
Oh. Get that out of here. Get that shit out of here. I saw that. Delete it.
I'm deleting it.
All right, I'll fight you right here. Shaun of the Dead is definitely in the running for the worst horror movie I've seen.
Get that shit out of here.
It's awful.
It's not awful,
it's
though.
Boring. It's lame.
It's a comedy. Like
it's not even funny.
It's not even funny.
It's not. I laughed maybe once, and it was like a.
It's good enough for me.
As
long as you get a chuckle.
The singular laugh was good.
I wish I could be there, like as you watched it for the first time.
I was just like straight face. I was like, "What am I watching?" I was like, "What is this?" I don't know. I don't get the love for that.
All right, I don't care much for The Shining.
That's a shame. That's wrong.
I watched it once. It was like it was
top tier.
It was boring.
The Thing, The Shining.
It was boring.
No, it's not boring. It's above you.
It's above me.
You don't understand the movie.
I don't understand Stanley
Kubrick. Fine. Be that way.
These are hot takes for a reason.
All right. I'll hit you with the sign.
I hit you back.
Damn it. Evil Dead 2015 is the second best Evil Dead movie.
I did actually like the 2015 one.
Mhm.
The
The
second
one
best.
by Fede Alvarez, who did Alien,
Oh, okay.
Romulus. The one
Oh,
with the
okay.
girl,
Oh, okay.
no Ash. That's the second best.
Yeah, I actually did like that movie. I watched it two or three times.
Mhm.
Is it the second best?
Yeah. So even did 1 and 2 are off that list, and the newest one that just came out.
I didn't like the newest one.
I thought it was alright.
That I don't know if that's a hot take, but I didn't like the new Evil Dead.
I thought it was okay. There was nothing like wow.
Yeah,
I thought it was fine.
it's not iconic.
Mhm.
When you think of Evil Dead, you have to have like really charismatic characters, and it's kind of hard to compete with Bruce Campbell
Yeah.
as like the lead
Yeah.
of that franchise.
I agree. I agree.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's the top because I like two. I like Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 1. So I don't think it'd be top like 2.
Right.
But I still liked it.
Yeah. It's great.
What it's kind of weird. Like Evil Dead 1 and 2 are kind of like the same for me because like they are essentially the same movie,
Mhm.
but the tones of it are a little bit different.
Yeah, they're
So
big different.
all right,
Your turn.
Child's Play 2019 was good.
The newest one?
Yeah.
With Hamill?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It was a weird decision. Like I didn't have a despise for it. I think I saw it once. I was like, yeah, it's alright.
Was it an amazing film?
No, it
No.
doesn't hold a candle to the first one.
No.
You know, like the original. Like it doesn't hold a candle to it, but it wasn't bad. Like I didn't watch it and go, this is awful.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Do I like the design of Chucky? No, he looks weird.
No, but the premise I think was good. I felt it was fitting. They tried to kind of put it a twist.
Mhm.
I mean, they got rid of like the voodoo stuff, but
Right.
they were trying to see what to do with it.
The digital
I mean,
age.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried. They gave it the old college try.
Yeah.
It's fine. Uh, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, is the worst of the franchise.
Probably, honestly, it's forgettable.
Yeah. I didn't like the combination of comedy and seriousness. It didn't mix well. I like either full comedy, like Army of Darkness, or full seriousness, like Evil Dead 1.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't mix well for me.
I mean, usually there's always that one character for the comedy relief. Like, how do you feel like that? Like, how
The
does
relief's
comedy...
fine, but when you're constantly battling between one scene serious, one's not, it doesn't. You get lost.
Yeah,
Which is what that
I feel
movie
like
did.
only one person in the whole movie character is allowed to have that comedy relief.
Yeah, it's only
Like
one.
if multiple people, if you're going for serious tone and you only have one person to be the comedy relief because that's their job, you need to have that.
Mhm.
Then that's usually fine.
Yeah.
Because like if you know it's serious, but like if you have like multiple different people riffing the same, like it
Mhm.
doesn't work.
No. It's the one to offset everything else, which works fine.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Go green.
Sorry.
Oh wait,
Check
you
on
can see the
battery.
battery.
58, I think. So we're doing good. We're still in there. I am my own helper today.
Yeah. No production crew.
Nope.
You're up. All right. I enjoyed the 2009 Friday the 13th.
I gave it a rewatch. I don't think it deserves all the hate it gets. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it sucks," but to be honest, the original sucks too. So, do I think it's a great movie? No.
Cinematically wise, like it's pretty good.
Yeah, it has the modern, got some good cinematography.
Yeah.
Jason, I think, is too smart though.
Okay.
I think he's too smart. He's got this whole underground tunnel system going. Like, he's too smart for him. Just because he's never done it before, it's like a weird like, why is he smart? That's my only gripe with it.
True.
But I think as a film, it's fine. You know, it's got the dumb teenage drama kind of actors in it. It's fine. I don't hate it.
I think it has an actual story compared to like most of them. I feel like
Yeah, the other ones it's just they're at a
straight
camp and then they
slasher.
die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like what's their actual point of being? Like they're there for the summer, or they're getting ready for the summer
right.
every summer for the summer camp, and
Mhm.
it doesn't really.
Yeah,
It's just the same thing
at
most
least they
of the time.
brought
It's
a
just
story.
you're there for the kills.
Yeah, and the kills are the best part of that franchise. They are good
Yeah,
because Tom Savini is behind them all.
yeah.
How many you got left?
I've got 3.
3. All right, we'll do 3 more. I can do that. Aliens is a far better movie than Alien. The sequel is way better than the first one.
I've watched the first Alien more than I've watched Aliens, so I don't know if I'll comment on it.
Give
I'll give
Aliens
I'll
another
give
shot.
Aliens another rewatch. Like I've watched the first one more than I watched the second one.
Right.
So
Right.
you think Aliens was better
Far
than the
better.
first?
Far better.
Okay.
Far better. And I think I got a decent amount of people to back me up on
Who? Name names. I want a name.
that. My dad.
I want the names.
Get him down here.
Right. Wes Craven's New Nightmare was one of the best Nightmare on Elm Streets.
When you say one of the best, top 3, top 5?
Um,
Because I agree it's good, but I don't.
Plot wise, like definitely like I'd say like top 3, because like most of the other ones were more just like kind of like campy, like fun, but
Mhm.
like this one was a little bit more
Brought
serious.
it back to the harbor.
And honestly, like him going into the real world and
Mhm.
reality with the actual actress, and it being like crazy, like I mean, it's kind of
It brought a new sense to it.
fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, it's a good movie. It's like slow, and like it's
Yeah,
one of those like slower, kind of boring-ish, but I think still it's a good movie.
yeah,
It's a good representation of what Freddy is,
yeah,
and, back to his horror roots.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good one. Top 3,
Mm,
maybe top 5 for me.
okay.
But yeah,
There's a lot of them to watch though,
right.
and they're all like filled with like a lot of bloat. I feel like there's just a lot going on in a lot of the films. It's kind of hard to keep
And it's
track of.
it's always the same thing too.
Yeah, it is. Maybe another hot take. A lot of people don't like the second Nightmare on Elm Street.
I don't care for it.
I like it.
I think it's fine. I don't care for it though. It's kind of like he's the way he's not in it, you know.
Yeah,
Like
I could see taking
he's
over another
yeah.
person's body, so it's like
It was a
not
weird
the same.
choice. Different, props to be different, but it was just I don't know, it was weird.
I guess they were going for more of like the demonic side
Mm,
of him, like trying to possess somebody,
right.
make him more demonic to make him more scary. Yeah, I could. I like. I like. I do like the film. Yeah. God damn it.
I know. Next time we gotta move up a little bit. I think I put us too far back.
Yeah, we probably have.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The Conjuring is a better movie than The Exorcist. It's
I've not
better,
seen The Exorcist all the way through, mostly bits and pieces, but for the most part,
but like the cult following on that, and like
yeah. I mean, The Conjuring interests me more. It just anything I've seen from The Exorcist, it doesn't feel that. It just feels boring. Like most of the stuff is just like not like action. It's just like possession. It didn't really seem.
it's way overhyped.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, but it's way overhyped. Yeah.
Specifically, the first Conjuring, like or any.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
I do like the second one, but the first one's better.
All right.
Doesn't have the nun, but still good. Still good.
All right, and I think you agreed with me on this one that Laurie Strode is a mid final girl
Oh, she's
compared to like others. Like
she doesn't deserve the final girl status.
no.
She doesn't do anything. She runs away. She's a coward. She doesn't fight back.
Except the new ones.
Yeah, and the new ones.
New Laurie
sure,
Strode.
sure. She's like the Terminator, but no. Original Laurie Strode, number 1 and 2. Number 2, she doesn't do shit. She just stays in the bed the whole movie until the final 5 minutes, and she runs down a hallway. She does not deserve the final girl status.
Yeah, she had multiple times just to kill him.
Yeah.
Like just to stab him.
Like
multiple
he
times.
got him. She got him down and just ran away again.
She's like,
Yeah, and then she just cries all the movie. No, she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
No.
No.
There are way better final girls out there.
No.
She would not stand a chance against any killer.
No.
She shouldn't even be alive against Mike. All right, and I'll do one more. What's a good one? What's a good one? I think Halloween Kills is the most rewatchable Halloween movie in the whole franchise.
I don't know why there's a lot of hate for Halloween Kills. Maybe
evil dies
I think it's
tonight.
the evil dies tonight. It can get annoying.
I think it's the most rewatchable. I don't think it's one of
Out
the
of
best.
the entire franchise?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it's. I'm not saying it's a great film. I'm saying it's the most rewatchable.
Okay.
It's the most approachable.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that because like, I don't hate the first one, but I could understand why people might not want to watch the first one because of the slow build up.
Because the kill, it's action the whole movie pretty much. It's just like top level, so you're always in it.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to watch the kills.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you watch 1978 and then you watch like kills and stuff. It's like
that's a way better movie. But
yeah,
for people who appreciate the first one as what it did, it's a better film in that way, the writing and everything. But if you want action, you watch Kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that one.
Yeah. And then I'll just end it with Halloween 3 is the second best movie in the franchise.
Halloween 3?
Yeah. Season of the Witch. It's the second best movie in the franchise.
Like he's never said that before.
Never. Only once before. But that's going to do it for our horror hot takes. And whoa, we're
back. Whoa.
All right. All right, we're back. Sorry for the cut there.
The blooper.
We had to do some maintenance there. Anyway, we're back with our Nosferatu portion of the video.
Let's get into the grits.
Do we think it's a good movie? You'll find out at the end. So,
brought to you by Mr. Beast. No, okay.
Mr. Beast Games.
He's funded this.
We're still plugging people. If you caught that callback, comment below.
There's your inside joke.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to start off with some fun facts about this movie. They're pretty fun.
All right.
Get ready for this.
Woo!
Woo! Robert Eggers began developing this film in 2015.
Damn.
Yeah. But it was delayed multiple times. This was planned to be his second film after The Witch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Northman was like 2019, right?
Yes. Then he did The Lighthouse. So 3 movies in between them and this movie. And Bill Skarsgård was always going to be cast as Orlok, even way back then. And the script barely changed. So he had the story kind of in stone.
It was Pennywise was 2017, the remake, right? For it?
Yes.
The first
2017, yes.
2017.
Yep.
So then if it was in 2015, dang, he already wanted Bill Skarsgård to.
Yep.
He's got the chops.
Oh yeah. Bill Skarsgård. Oh yeah. Bill. No, it's different.
Bill. No,
the science guy. Bill Skarsgård was originally cast like on the recast because he was cast as Orlok. Then it got delayed. Then he came back, and then he had to re-audition. Mm-hmm. So he was originally cast as Thomas Hutter.
Oh, really?
But then during pre-production and stuff, he was like, no, you're gonna be Orlok.
I think they saw Pennywise.
Yeah.
They were like,
after that movie came out, they're like, all right, we think he can do it.
Yeah.
Skarsgård spent 6 weeks with an opera coach to get his voice.
Wow.
To get it below. He lowered his voice a whole octave.
Damn.
Yeah. And he said, like, basically it permanently, like, altered him slightly. Not that it's so deep, but it's just something with his voice. Like, it damaged him. Like, he committed to the role to damage his voice box or whatever it was. It put a lot of strain on it.
See, what's worse, though? Like, Christian Bale and the
Oh, that's why.
Machinist, like, and in all of his roles where he's just increasing and decreasing his
Yeah.
weight versus
I think
someone
that's
voice
worse.
actor or like voice wise, like destroying their vocals.
No, I think
There's a way
Christian
though.
Bale is just a maniac. He he does it because he cares, but he does it a little too much. I
He's
like it.
passionate on set.
Yeah, he's a little passionate. Gets a little passionate.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, the heat of the moment, Jimbo. And then the exterior of Orlok's castle was filmed at the Honora Castle. I think I said that right. Which was the actual castle where Vlad Dracula was imprisoned, like
Oh,
the real Dracula that he was
wow.
based on. He was imprisoned there, and they actually filmed in that castle, the exterior. So when they did like the wide pan shot, that was the actual castle.
Good shot.
That the OG Dracula was imprisoned in real life.
Was he a real vampire?
People say so. That's where the myth became reality.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then, I guess fun fact, I don't have it here, but for those who don't know, and for you who might not know, this movie is basically the same as the Dracula story. Like Bram Stoker's Dracula. If you watch that movie, it's got Keanu Reeves. It's got um, Gary Oldman as Dracula.
Uh-huh.
It's basically the same movie, but back in 1922 or 24, when Nosferatu was made, he wanted to do an adaptation of Dracula, but they wouldn't give him the rights. So he said, "All right, I'll just slightly alter it." So that's where we have this. So in that movie, he's also a real estate guy who's selling a house to Dracula, Nosferatu. So it's very similar. He's after his wife. It's basically the same movie.
Oh, okay.
So if you watch that, you'll be like, "Wait a minute, I saw this before," but it's a little different. So
All right.
that's that.
Interesting.
Yeah, those are some fun facts about Nosferatu.
This has been
Nosferatu.
Tim's fun fact section.
This was my fun fact section. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna start off. I gotta go back to the other thing because my notes are out of whack. Now,
Bottle's almost gonna fall.
whoa, the bottle fell.
I can predict the future.
God damn. So, this movie is Nosferatu. Director.
Clip that.
Chat, clip it. Directed by Robert Eggers.
Yep.
Came out 2024 for most, maybe most, I don't know. And then it came out for some 2025. The runtime is 2 hours and 12 minutes. And the rating, we'll get there later.
All right.
Well, it's rated R. Maybe that's what that means. I don't know. It's rated R. Maybe that's what rating means. Maybe.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
All right, it's rated R.
It makes more sense.
So we'll start with a little plot synopsis if you want to read that, or I can read mine.
I gotcha.
It's a winded plot synopsis.
It is.
Oh.
Well, we're going for spoilers, right? We're just gonna.
Or do we want to do a non-spoiler then spoiler? It's been out for 2 weeks.
I don't know.
We can go right into it. We're
it's-
going right into it with spoilers.
This is our full review, so
Yeah. say
I
we
would
go
say
with
spoilers.
spoilers. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go right into it, and then maybe in the future we'll do half and half. The movie's been out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I know everyone doesn't have the time to watch some movies, especially when they first come out.
Right.
So, I mean, don't watch this right now if you don't want to be spoiled. Watch prior segments and then come back to this part of the video
Mhm.
and hear our thoughts.
Yeah.
Once you watch the movie.
Correct. So we're gonna go right into it. Spoilers. Let's go.
All right. We're set in 1838, Wisberg, Germany.
Yes, we are.
Thomas Hutter, a real estate agent, not like the ones you probably think of now.
Right.
I think they were called a land clerk.
I think
That's
so.
what they were called.
Yeah.
But he has a client that he's been told to travel to in a castle miles away from the town.
Miles and
And
miles
it's a
and miles.
big purchase.
Yeah.
It's a big purchase. But the client's kind of weird.
A little bit.
He's a little weird.
He's a little off. He's
Yeah.
not quite of this world.
Yeah, his name is Orlok.
Count
Count
Orlok.
Orlok. Also known as
Nosferatu. Nosferatu?
Couldn't speak. Orlok got my tongue. You know what?
No.
No, go back. Go back.
Rewind that.
Rewind
Scratch
that.
that. He
All
doesn't
right.
have your tongue. That would be weird.
It's
If you saw the movie, you
not- All right. So Thomas's wife Ellen has premonitions, pretty much, and see, I don't know if I want to spoil it. Like premonitions,
I thought we
dark,
were going in spoilers.
full. All right, full spoiler. Okay, okay. Okay, full spoil.
All right.
All right. She pretty much tells him not to go because she just has a premonition of death, but in reality, she knows Orlok.
Yeah, it's her deepest, darkest desire that she doesn't want to come face to face with.
Yep.
Deep down, she desires it.
Yes. And Thomas goes anyways, but he doesn't know that she knows Orlok or who he is.
Right.
But once he gets there, he finds out who he is. He pretty much is trapped and eventually escapes. And then that's when Orlok goes after Ellen after getting his deed.
Mhm.
Thomas pretty much sold. He's like,
He
gold.
sold, yeah. He knows Orlok tricked him into signing a paper
Yeah.
that pretty much it's divorce papers in a way. He
Yeah.
signed himself away from Ellen that says Orlok now has the right to take Ellen.
Yeah.
So he kind of signed divorce papers
He,
without him knowing.
he intimidated him though.
Oh yeah, he was
for the most part.
He was horrified. He didn't know what to do. He was just like, all right.
And the contract was in like
oh, it was in his
language.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
He's like, oh,
But he's like,
don't worry about it.
here's some gold.
Don't worry about it. Here's gold.
Yeah. So Orlok pretty much keeps him trapped until Thomas escapes.
Mhm.
But then Orlok just goes ahead and goes to the village, brings a whole plague of rats to the village. Thomas wants to protect her, so he heads back. And that's when he learns the truth about Orlok, and that's when we learn the truth about like all this crazy shit. It's a crazy movie.
It is a crazy movie.
It's a crazy plot.
It's a very simple plot. It's
simple, but it is kind of crazy.
It's very simple.
It's crazy.
It's just Orlok trying to get to Ellen. That's it.
It's such a crazy. It is crazy.
There's a lot of stuff that happens in between, but the main story is a true romance story about Orlok trying to get to his lover willingly, Ellen.
Yeah, the person who sent him Thomas to Orlok is like his follower pretty much. So
yeah,
like there's so much deceit. Like there's like
yeah, his boss, Thomas's boss.
Yeah,
at some point in his time, met up with Orlok or knows him, and they made the deal of because obviously Orlok knows Ellen. After they got married, Thomas and Ellen, his boss, I guess, relayed that information. Orlok's pissed. He's like, all right, I'm going to move there, but you got to give me Thomas so he can sign away his rights to his wife. So it's like,
I feel like Orlok just knows. I don't. Maybe the boss didn't like tell Orlok. I don't know. I feel like Orlok just knows.
He is omniscient. He does know.
He's got some powers.
He's a warlock. Orlok the warlock. He's a warlock. So he's got powers. But yeah, I mean that's the basic story of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more happens in depth.
Yeah, she pretty much gets like.
So in the beginning of the movie, which this guy missed.
Yeah.
He went to the wrong theater. Anyway, he's heard enough about that. Ellen as a youngling, younglings.
Sorry.
As a youngling, she felt she was in isolation. She felt lonely. She called out for somebody, something. Thought it was an angel that responded. No, it was Orlok. Sounded like an angel. After she already said yes, I promise. I give myself up. Then we find out that it was Orlok, and pretty much she awakened him. Years later, now that she's married, he came.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Orlok came. He came to Visburg.
He kept coming.
Yeah, that was one of the things. We'll get into that with weaknesses and strengths, but Yeah, I mean that's the plot. So yeah, Ellen goes to the family friends, um, Frederick and Anna Harding. They
Mhm.
kind of they're her caretakers while Thomas is away on his 6 week journey. And like Nick said, she's having like spasms. She's basically being possessed
Yeah.
by, I guess, Orlok and her dreams.
Yeah, it's weird. I
So
kind of
like
didn't
the
understand
way I
that.
took it, where he's doing it so she doesn't, I guess, forget him. So she's saying like, "Oh, remember me. I'm still here. Remember your wish." That's how I think it is. Just his presence is still there,
Yeah.
but he's only able to do that when Thomas is away, because Thomas suppresses those feelings because she has somebody. She's not lonely anymore.
But I feel like they got stronger towards the end when she gets mad at Thomas, or like they
Right,
kind of have their fight. But I'm
because
pretty
he
sure,
signed
yeah.
himself away. She found out. Then she's pissed at him.
But like parts of that felt like it was Orlok saying some of that stuff to like
Uh,
upset Thomas. Like
it could have
I
been.
didn't think it was 100% her.
It could have been slightly. Or there's a lot of range of emotions going on.
I didn't understand his powers.
He's got interesting powers. Yeah, I don't know him exactly. Like he's not just a vampire. He's a warlock, so he's omniscient. He can, I don't know. He literally did the force on Frederick and said, "Don't awake." When he literally said, "You're not going to awake. You're going to stay sleeping while I kill your daughters." So
Yeah.
he has a lot of powers. Um, but yeah, then Thomas escapes the castle. He comes back. Then Orlok, he's like finally there, and he says to Ellen like, "All right, I'm here. Now you have 3 days to make up your mind.
7 days.
7 days." Billy Mays. You have three nights to basically give yourself up to me willingly, or I'm going to kill everybody. So
So he does.
pretty much. So
So he does.
he kills a lot of people. So on the third night, they realize the only way to defeat Orlok is to have her willingly give herself up. That's the only way. He can't die any other way.
Yeah, but
Again,
yeah, she keeps it a
right.
secret other than um Willem Dafoe's
Albin.
Franz.
Albin Franz. Yeah.
Yeah, the psychology professor.
Yeah.
He's the only one who kind of also realizes that and
Mhm.
keeps it a secret, and only those two kind of know.
Right.
So
Because Thomas would never allow that.
yeah, they go to go kill Orlok in his castle, but
Right. He's not there.
Ellen stays back, pretty much ready to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she gives herself up because that's the only way. While Orlok's getting it on, he's distracted, so the sun kills him at the first cock's crow, as they say it, which is the morning. They use very old English in this movie with weird terminology, but it's not what you think it means. So then at the end, Orlok and Ellen die in a poetic way.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good ending.
Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot of people don't like it because they're like, "This is not a happy ending." Like, good. Happy endings
It's a
should not
what's the
exist.
word? Bittersweet ending, because I mean,
Yeah, Orlok's dead, but Ellen's also dead.
yeah.
But Thomas lives, and Albin got his cat. There's a funny like rumors, not rumors, but theories, like stupid theories, that Albin only agreed to kill Ellen to have her sacrificed so he could take her cat. Because like in the beginning, he's like focusing on the cat, like he gives the cat a treat, then he takes it at the end after she dies.
He was
laughed.
prepared as soon as he's like, Ellen, only
Yeah.
you can stop him.
Yeah.
You must die.
He was eyeing the cat.
He's like, this is a good chance to get her cat.
Yeah. He was after the cat, and the cat only. So that's the plot for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a rambly plot, but you got the gist of it.
Yeah.
It's a love story.
That's kind of how it feels though when you.
It's a love horror story. Yeah, it kind of goes. Yeah. So horror elements. This is a horror fantasy romance. I would
Yeah.
categorize it as.
Yeah. Others. I pretty much thought it was like horror fantasy.
Mhm.
It was like the old one also said horror fantasy, but then this one seemed like maybe more drama. But that's what
Right.
other websites were saying.
It's fantasy because it's magical. It has the powers
Yeah, it's the power.
and like the essence of stuff. Scare factor. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I thought it could be scarier.
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think it could have been scarier. There are scares in it, and it is a horror movie,
Yeah.
but it's not to the level of some, because obviously it's not just a horror movie. So
Yeah.
give it like a 6. Gore like a 3. There's like no gore in this.
I said 5.
It's
Like
very,
it was
very
just
minimal.
Yeah, I was kind of like
Half of
debating whether.
it's very dark, and half of it is on screen for like a split second. There's not like blood and gore. It's not like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
It's pretty tame.
Okay, I would agree with that one.
And then jump scares, I think there was like 3 or 4 maybe.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Some of this jump scares got me, but like not like
There were good jump scares.
they were good
This
ones.
movie did good. There was one where they didn't just use loud music. It was just silence, and they panned over it, and Ellen was there.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it was one of the silent ones that, it wasn't just a loud noise. It was.
I did see that coming though.
Oh
When it
yeah,
panned.
they set it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves his pan shots. The whole it's all left and right. He loves his pan shots.
Oh
Very
yeah, there's
good, though.
continual shots.
Yeah. Then we'll get into some cinematography.
Yeah, the
What did you think of the
cinematography.
cinematography?
Spectacular.
Outstanding. As
Beauti-
all his movies.
Beautifully colorized movie. Like it was.
He's a masterclass director.
What stood out to me was the contrast
The
at
night
the
scenes?
at the beginning. Well, at the beginning, when like there was like a lot of warmer tones and it was brighter,
Mhm.
and as soon as Thomas sets his journey,
Uh-huh.
like it's just dark and gloomy
Dark, yeah.
and cold, and it's like that the rest of the movie. Like
It sets
it
the tone
kind of
for the rest.
it kind of like shows how much aspirations that Thomas had,
Mhm.
because that he's like, all right, you're gonna set off.
Yeah.
And he's like, even though Alan told him no, but like it was still like kind of what's the word? I don't want to say happy. It's too simple to say happy, but he pretty much had the ambitions. He thought what he was doing was gonna go well for him and Ellen, but
And yeah, why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He was promised great money, which he was. He got some gold, but he also got half his life sucked away.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was great storytelling with just the color palette.
Yeah.
Because
and the black and white shots were pretty good.
yeah, the night scenes where it turned black and white, I was like, oh, that's genius. And it wasn't full black and white. It had like a bluish overtone.
Yeah.
But it's good because even in the dark scenes, you could see all the detail. It's not like, oh, it's too dark, I can't see. You saw everything. It was like whatever, he used a special filter on his lens. I was like, that's genius. And it set the great tone of just dark gloom and despair too, with like that bluish overtone. It was perfect.
And I saw it as like pretty much every time it was black and white, that was like just Orlok
Yeah.
in control, just
Yeah,
like in everything.
Mhm.
Like the shadow of his hand going over the entire
Which is also
town.
could have been a callback to the original.
That's
because obviously it's
pretty
black
much
and
what
white.
I said.
It's black and white.
I was
so
like, there's probably a reason why he did black and white.
it was a good homage. But no, it was great how he utilized black and white. And then he also a big risk in the dark scenes, like not night totally, but the dark scenes like in the castle. He used the only lighting they used on set was candles.
Nice.
He candlelit the whole thing, and it was perfectly contrasted. Like it was, and it gave the natural light. Like it wasn't like fake, like CGI light. It was beautiful. So he's a masterclass director. He understands the assignment.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
A+.
This was his absolute passion project. Ever since he saw Nosferatu when he was 9.
And it shows.
Yeah, he had a lot of care for this movie.
You could tell a lot of times. Any filmmaker, like when they say, "This was my dream," like maybe they don't always. Sometimes they're a film could be a hit or miss for them, but like when it's like their passion for like a specific story, you can usually tell.
Yep, it's pretty obvious, and you tell in this movie.
He did a pretty good job.
You did a great job.
And the sound design.
It was good. The sound design was excellent. It built tension in the suspenseful scenes. Some people were like, "So this movie had no suspense." Like it had a pretty decent amount of suspense. It was good.
That's what kept it.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's great.
And there were subtle like ways to get rid of the tension that they had. But I can understand why a lot of people were like it was too long. Like,
I can see that I can see that argument, but what I say is it's just not for them.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie, it's just not their type of movie.
Yeah.
Which, as I've gone older, I've grown to appreciate these movies.
Yeah.
If this was 5 years ago, I'd be like, this movie sucks. But now I understand.
Yeah.
Cinema at its best.
And I could also say the lack of sound in some scenes was like pretty.
It was like eerily quiet.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me, like, I didn't watch the original, like 1922, but like it's a silent film.
Yeah.
So.
But there is music in it.
Yeah.
There's music, but no dialogue.
still. But yeah, I think
It adds to the
yeah,
eeriness.
it does. And then
Like-
Bill Skarsgård, like his voice and the way he,
Yeah.
his heavy breathing.
His like decaying breathing.
I'm pretty sure that's what the two little girls were hearing. Because he said the breathing, they were like
Oh yeah,
breathing.
it could be.
They heard
Although I
breathing.
thought they were just being kids, but who
I
knows?
don't know.
Who knows?
In a world where Orlok,
Maybe he possessed
exists.
Ellen. Ellen was playing with him, so maybe he possessed Ellen and she was doing it. Maybe. I don't know. But no, sound design pretty good.
Yeah.
Special effects. I don't know for fact, but I know there was probably 90% practical.
yeah,
CGI
I didn't
would
know
have
exactly
been
which.
any CGI would have been just green screen backdrops. But the wide pan shots they do, it's all on site, it's all real. They actually went there. Um, the Orlok is all practical. There's no CGI on him at
Yeah,
all.
lots of makeup.
Yeah. So I think it's 90% practical, and it's fantastic. Like they did an outstanding job with the set design. You felt like they filmed this yesterday in a real town, which half the time they did, but it felt like those sets
It
were
really
real.
put you there.
And the period piece, all he does is period pieces. Like that's his movie. So he really encapsulates the time period that the movie takes place in.
Yeah.
And it really felt like they were there
Yeah.
in that time period.
Yeah.
The accents, the dialogue, like whoa.
The first movie I watched by Eggers was The Northman,
Mhm.
and I didn't even know at the time.
Right.
But like that, I mean, really
Yeah.
put me there
Mhm.
in like that time period.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what time period that is, but
It was
it
like
really
83 AD or something. I just watched it like 3 days ago. So. Very old.
Yeah, I felt like the scenes where Thomas is wandering the castle
Mhm.
was pretty nice. It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like all the sounds.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to the sound design because
Go back to the sound.
I liked it. Like it kind of like shows how isolated
Yeah.
Thomas is from like everyone else now, and it's just him and Orlok.
Right.
And he's trapped.
Yeah.
It's
He's trapped. Getting preyed on.
and his dogs. Don't forget the pooches.
Yeah, he's got some wolves. He's got aura. All right. Then we're going to jump into some performances.
All right.
Who did we have? We had the lead actors. We had Lily Rose Depp, which was Ellen. We had Bill Skarsgård, Orlok. We had Nicholas Holt, who was Thomas. And we had Willem Dafoe as Albin.
Yep.
Something Franz.
Yeah. I
so
just said Franz.
those are our lead actors. Then supporting, we had Aaron Taylor Johnson as Friedrich Harding. Then we had Emma Corrin, who was Anna Harding. And then we had Ralph Ineson, who was the other doctor. And he's in The Witch.
Okay.
He's the dad. His voice is like, he's got aura too. Like he has like a very menacing voice. And then standout performances for me, I put Bill Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, and Willem Dafoe as like the stand. Now let me be clear: there's no bad acting in this movie at all.
Yeah.
It's all outstanding. But the standouts: Bill Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, and Willem Dafoe. I think this is Willem Dafoe's best role he's ever done. He really just went for it.
He's in The Lighthouse, right?
Yeah. That
was he good in that?
Yeah, that's a weird movie. Like, ooh, out there. Yeah.
I said the same for Bill
Weird.
Skarsgård, and then I also said that Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Holt.
Mhm.
I thought that their relationship was pretty believable.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, I wasn't like questioning it
Right.
at all. Like,
Yeah.
they, like, honestly, no performances sucked at all.
They were all good.
Yeah.
They never slipped. It was like really good.
Yeah.
And poor Aaron Taylor Johnson had to suffer Craven. Like, you look at that and then you look at this, and it's like, ooh.
Like
It's not his fault.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is a pretty good actor too.
Yeah, clearly in this he proved it. So
I
haven't seen Craven, but I'm sure he's the best part of that movie.
Have you ever seen any of the Kick-Ass movies?
The first one.
Yeah, I mean he plays Kick-Ass.
So he's in that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
He plays Kick-Ass.
Oh.
He doesn't look. He looks way older now
Right.
compared to.
I gotta
then.
rewatch it. Then. I would not have known that.
Yeah, but that that was. I think that was his like breakout role that like got him noticed.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, those are our characters and the stand-up performances. They did a good job all around. They deserve all Oscars, whatever actors get. The Actors Globe. which I think just happened, the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I think it did.
All right. Some overall, I think the pacing was good. I think in the third act, it slightly took a back step, kind of dragged a tad, but not enough to where I lost interest. At
Yeah,
times, I was like, "All right, where are we at?" But it wasn't enough to like steer me off. But
I
for a
didn't.
2 hour movie, it went pretty quick
Yeah, I
in
didn't.
some
I
parts.
didn't mind too much the third half.
Mhm.
Third,
Like
third.
after Willem Dafoe's character is introduced, it kind of like dragged a bit.
Yeah, I'd say like the beginning and then the end dragged on a bit,
Mhm.
but like not like
You didn't even see the
crazy.
beginning.
I missed 1 minute. All right,
Yeah.
thought we were. I thought we were over this.
Nope. It's never over.
Uh, I think it dragged out. Like I'll say, I did like the scenes where when Thomas goes to the village and it does set the tone,
Mhm.
but I felt like it did the same thing with him wandering in the castle, anyways.
Mhm.
So like, I don't think they needed that much time spent in the village. I I,
Probably not.
I don't think like if they cut it just a little bit, I don't
Mhm.
think it would have mattered too much. Like still keep a lot of that, but like I just felt like it was a little bit slow. It would have helped a little bit of pacing,
Mhm.
but overall I didn't think the pacing was as bad because I know you
Oh no.
did tell me before watching this that like it might be like a little slow. So
It's a slow burn movie. Like it's not action packed.
yeah,
It's story based, so it might come off slow. But for some people, it's not. Character development. To be honest, a lot of the characters don't really have development other than Ellen. She's the only one that goes through like a cycle. The other characters are just that's just who they are. The way I
I'd
saw
say
it,
I
they're
saw
pretty
I
flat.
thought Thomas went through.
Thomas and I mean, but like very subtle. Like he realized then he had to go back and just save Ellen. But Ellen was struggling this her whole life.
Yeah,
Then she had to come to terms at the end and be like, "Oh, okay, I actually need to step up and
yeah.
save everybody." So she was the one who actually went through a full cycle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she went the most full cycle.
Mm.
Um, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But like Thomas and her are pretty much the main characters. You kind of think like it's kind of weird. Like kind of like the first half is mostly Thomas being the main character,
Yeah.
and then the second half when he starts escaping, then it's pretty much Ellen,
Right.
and then you learn everything about her and Orlok,
Mhm.
and then that's when you're like, oh, so she's known all of this all along.
Right.
She kept everything a secret.
Mhm.
She thought everything was hunky dory,
But it's
but
not.
it's not.
Yeah.
So then Thomas has to head back. Um, it was he pretty much just signed her away,
He did, but he had no choice.
and then he realized
He didn't know.
his mistake. I mean, that I mean
Ellen
that's
doesn't
his.
know what he saw,
Yeah,
what he went through.
yeah.
Ellen only saw him in her dreams.
But he knows she knows Orlok though, so like I feel like she could understand like in the presence of like Orlok, like he was just pretty
Yeah.
much
True.
like he'd be like there 1 second and then over there the
Yeah,
next second. He's like
he was like going back and forth. He did some warlock,
yeah.
some witchcraft. He was teleporting. So why not just teleport to the town? Why did he need to buy a house? That's what I want to know. Whoever came up with the original story,
Yeah, like
why did you
he
have
had
him
to
buy
go
a
through
house?
all that to buy the house? Like,
Just have him go there. Why does he have to buy a house?
was
But
was
we
the
don't know.
place even occupied? He could have
Yeah.
just killed
Or is
whoever
it
it
like
was.
typical vampire stuff? I can't go unless you invite me.
That's what I was gonna say.
Maybe it's
I
that.
was about to say like maybe you're the old vampire. You
Yeah.
can't.
But they never say that, so who knows?
I think it's implied.
Could be. Plot coherence. It's a very simple plot to follow.
Yeah.
It's just Orlok trying to get Ellen, basically, and they're trying to stop him. That's basically it. Atmosphere. Overall, I think it does a great job building atmosphere throughout the movie. We started off nice. It's calm. The hopes are high. Then over time, it just kind of drops to absolute dread, fear, and just despair. And the scenes set that up pretty nicely, especially the night scenes. And with Orlok there, he definitely helps the atmosphere. Um,
The mood gets so much darker in the later half,
Mhm.
and then gets even darker anytime it's black and white. But
Mhm.
like you could still see everything.
Yeah.
But it still helps with like the comparison,
Right.
the contrast with even more. It's like how do you get? It's like it's already dark and gloomy. How do you get even more dark and gloomy?
Right. Exactly. So then we get into some themes,
Yeah.
themes and symbolism. I had isolation, dread, despair, death.
I
All
had
the
death. I
death
had
ones.
female agency.
Mhm.
It was like just woman just being able to like do her own thing, because I kind of thought that went hand in hand with like wealth and status, because like when Frederick was like telling her not to talk back to him,
Yeah.
like it was kind of like
Know your
she
place.
like yeah,
He said, "Know your place, woman."
exactly.
Don't
And
you know
even
your
though
place?
she's literally just trying to explain everything,
Yeah.
and this is what's happening,
Right.
he's like one of the only characters. Like, I mean, it's the time period.
Right.
Like,
They don't
that's
believe in warlock, witchcraft,
yeah.
vampires. So
And even then, at some point, he thought about it. He's like, I kind of believe you.
yeah.
And then he started listening even more and just didn't want to believe it.
Right.
I
And
think he
like,
chose not to believe it.
yeah, but there's also a lot going on. Like his
Yeah.
wife's dying of the plague.
Exactly.
There's a lot clouding his mind. And again, it's like it's the perfect thing that Orlok brings the plague. Like, no, it's Orlok doing it, but there's rats. It's the actual plague,
Yeah.
but it's not just a plague. It's it's perfect.
Perfectly orchestrated by
Yeah.
Orlok.
Yeah,
It was.
did a good job.
Obsession from
Yeah.
everything. Like
Orlok.
Thomas'
definitely.
obsession, he wanted to start a family, and like he just wanted that.
Mhm.
He wanted that wealth, which
Mhm.
goes back to wealth and status. It just kind of comes full circle. There's a lot of themes.
Yeah, there are a lot. This is eventually gonna just fall because I'm running out of liquids. Some strength, some strengths in the movie. I had acting, I had cinematography, sound design, and the deeper underlying messages in the meanings. Like once you understand the deeper meanings and how everything ties together, it just enhances it. Which is what happened to me on my first watch. It was one I thought I put it next to Oppenheimer. I was like, great movie, but I can't watch it a lot. It's not a movie you can just sit down and watch multiple times. But then I like did a lot of research. I was watching a lot of videos. I understood the story more, and now I want to watch it again. So it enhanced it for me.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes like you watch a movie, you like it, and then you watch it a second time, then you don't like it,
Right.
and then vice versa. Sometimes
I liked it even more.
Yeah,
It grew for me.
it's one of those movies. I feel like it'll grow on me. I wish I'll watch it a second time.
Yeah. And there is a 3 hour extended cut coming out on the physical media. So 3 hour, an whole extra hour. Like what could that even be? Who knows?
Yeah, there wasn't like a lot of weaknesses either. Like I had the same
Right.
strengths as you,
Mhm.
the acting, the sound, the cinematography.
Damn, it was like B for B.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of weaknesses.
No, there isn't.
The ones that I had, you can't help it because it's the original story that in 1922 when it was written. The plot, it's very simple. Maybe you can switch it up. Maybe again, you can't fault it because this story was written 100 years ago. Um, and then the other thing is again, it's just a story and everything, but the characters, their actions, other than Ellen, don't affect the story at all. No matter what they do, they can't change the story because you can't kill Orlok. So Thomas escaping his castle means nothing. It didn't halt. It didn't alter Orlok's plans at all.
What about Thomas never setting foot?
Uh,
Alan actually
yeah,
preventing him from going.
that I guess, but eventually he's always with her, always. So it'll just it'll find its way.
There's a link.
It'll find a way.
But like, why? Dude.
Because again, he's a warlock. So when in the beginning you missed it. In the beginning, when he said, do you like promise? Do you swear on it? She said, yeah, I swear that we're linked together forever. So she can't break. You can't.
So when did that happen? Like she was having a dream
years
in that
and years
moment?
and years
Oh,
ago.
okay.
She
So
was. She just woke up. She woke up, like I guess during the night, and she was just calling out for somebody because she was just isolated. She was alone. She needed companionship, so she was calling out for literally anything, and that awoke Orlok. So he tricked her, thinking Orlok was an angel. That's what she thought. She was like, "Oh, I swear, I have companion," but it was Orlok. So they're linked together forever.
He's one horny vampire.
Yeah, it's a very horny movie.
Maybe that's a little bit. So that's a little bit of the weakness for me. Very horny movie. I don't know. But I don't know.
But again,
it is a good story though.
But that's the story. But again, that's Egger's thing. If you watch all of his movies, they're weird. So he just enhanced that to make it weird. Like he's a weird director. He's got some wild. Watch the Lighthouse. I'm telling you. You feel like, what am I watching?
I thought it was a little bit slow at some points, but like it never hindered it. Like
yeah,
it was very hard for me to really find major weaknesses that would actually hurt the score that I'm gonna give it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's not groundbreaking.
Right.
You said that the plot was simple. Like it's simple, but
it's a
there's
simple
like
plot,
there's a lot to like follow though, because like
but that's not the plot. That's just stuff that happens in between. The main overall story is this Orlok trying to get to Ellen. That's it.
I feel like everything around it kind of like hinders some of that unless you like really paying attention.
Yeah, that's again the weakness. It's a very simple plot for a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
So, but again,
I
that's
think
just
it's
how
like
it was
maybe the
written.
expectations of there's going to be more to it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd say maybe that I would say that's a weakness. Like maybe somebody going to watch the movie, there's this and that going on, but
Mhm.
like it is a simple plot.
Yeah.
But like I think
It's easy
the
to follow
expectations-
like the story, but everything else you could kind of get lost.
Yeah.
Then what did this movie have on the horror genre? I think it kind of brought some life back into it. It's a different take on horror. It's not just horror, it's a different type of horror. It's a deeper meaning of horror. Like, minus the horror parts, the story itself is still a horror because it's this vampire trying to get to this
He's not like the
innocent
normal
girl.
way that like vampires are depicted.
Right. He's more, again, a warlock. He dies in the sunlight. Funny enough, the original Dracula just gets hindered in the sunlight. He doesn't die. So Nosferatu is the one that spawned that vampires can't see sun. So thanks to Nosferatu, the sun is bad for vampires.
Good. How it should be.
Yeah.
And I
They
guess
did it right.
the wooden stake still a thing because it was an iron pick that.
But even that wouldn't have killed him. So I think they kind of somehow that got lost in translation.
Then why did
and then it became a wooden
why did
stake.
Nosferatu like stop Thomas from doing it?
Well, he doesn't want to get injured.
I don't know.
Based on
Sounds like he could be killed.
based on the books,
like that.
But again, no one knows. Based on the book that Albin was reading, it showed he died when he got his wish, his desire. So that's what he said. That's what has to be done. So maybe, but we don't know. But what's shown is he can't be stopped.
Yeah, I think he wanted the cat.
Yeah, he wanted the cat.
That's what it comes down to.
But just the sense of dread and despair, and just the deeper meanings of this movie, I think it elevates the horror above the typical movies we get. It's not a slasher. It's above that.
It's not.
It's like its own thing. So we can skip cultural impact. I don't know what that means.
I think how it like compares to modern life, like maybe the past and like something like that.
Maybe
that's pretty much what I interpret it as.
Yeah. What's a period piece? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the film reflects like the time period that it was.
Yeah.
Exactly. All like that patriarchy, like all of that, and just how everybody is supposed to act. I mean, like the plague kind of mirrors not just COVID, but just any epidemic in general, like past plagues, like
right.
Like I don't like how do you explain it? Like to them, like people found it as like mystical stuff,
right?
Sometimes, and then,
they didn't know how to explain it, so they just went to the astrology, the occult, stuff you can't explain. So now we get to our rating.
All right.
I gave this movie a 9 out of 10.
Same.
Nice. That's the overall score we gave it. We're going to do 3 scoring systems from now on. We're going to give an overall, a horror fan, and a general audience. So for horror fans, I'll give it an 8. I think, again, it could have been more horror, so I give it an 8.
I give it a 9 still.
I was wanting more horror.
I still give it a 9.
Right. Fair enough. And then general audience, I gave a 7. Because I think the general audience who's not horror, again, cinematography-wise, it's a great movie. But,
I give it 3.5. Like, I mean, I was... That's like a general person, like, who...
Like a Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
Some guy going, I'm going to go to the theaters and see this movie. Yeah, I can see a lower score on that.
Like, I could see them just not liking it because of the way it is.
Right. Because of the implication.
Yeah,
no, I can see that. This movie is best viewed by horror fans, I think. Horror or drama fans, I guess you can say. It's pretty drama.
Yeah. Nerds.
Yeah, nerds.
That's most of them.
Vampire,
Yeah,
all that
vampires, fantasy.
If you're
all
in the occult, stuff like that.
Like nerds who like Lord of the Rings.
Well, great movies. Similar films, I put The Witch just because it's it's Robert Eggers, and it's
Yeah,
on par
I
with
said
that.
most of Eggers'
Yeah.
other films,
Yeah.
as you told me.
Yeah, if you watch them, you'd be like, yeah, okay, Eggers directed this. He's pretty distinct. And then viewing notes, it's just a perfect movie. It's not perfect. It's 9 out of 10, but it's a near perfect movie with a nice, messed up, dreadful, dark storyline and some great cinematography.
Yeah, I mean, this was my first watch, and I've never seen the original 1922. So like, this is just my reaction and review of like, just pretty much one and done, and then like I'll watch it again, and maybe the score would change, in my opinion. I mean, I still like the film a lot.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this movie for any horror fans out there. And yeah, romance fans, drama fans.
Yeah, anybody who's horny.
Yeah, pretty much. I recommend this film. It's a masterclass. Great cinematography, great sound design, great acting.
Has a villain as horny as Austin Powers.
Yeah, and the villain wins and loses. He got
At
his
what
desire.
cost?
At what cost? At what cost? I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
The atmosphere is just pretty much like
It's just
good. Yeah,
it's just
it's
gloom.
pleasing to watch. Like
Yeah.
the whole cinematography.
Yeah.
That's really like the main part of the film. Like
Mhm.
that and the plot.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Like I think Eggers, like if it wasn't Eggers directing it,
I don't know who could have.
yeah,
Like it's one of those movies where again I was just introduced to him and I already understand this is a perfect movie for him.
yeah,
So I don't know who else could have tackled this.
exactly.
But it's great.
J.J. Abrams.
Michael Bay. It's explosions in the background. And at the end, he twitches. He's still alive.
Oh my god!
With the Transformers.
With the Linkin Park
yeah,
in
yeah.
the background.
And he just twitches. He's still alive. Yeah. That's going to be our review on Nosferatu.
No, it isn't.
Whoa.
Yes, it will.
Oh. Okay. Great movie. Fantastic movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah. All right.
All right, see ya. No, okay.
That's going to do it for this first official episode of the 2025 fiscal year.
Yes. The very first official episode.
Yes, you heard that right. Let's call back to the very, very, very first official episode.
Yes.
So yeah.
We'll say that every year.
Yeah.
Yes, we should just say that every episode.
Yeah, we should.
First official episode.
So we hope you enjoyed with our new segments that we're going to throw in with trivia, the hot takes. We have more that you'll see in the next episode. We'll swap them out as they go. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials. We're on obviously YouTube. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We're on Spotify and Reddit. We will put our email in the description so you can contact us with any feedback or leave a comment. Leave a comment on TikTok, comment on Instagram, anywhere. Commune with us. We want to talk about the movie with you. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your hot takes. We want to hear everything.
Yeah, and then for comments, let us know specifically who you think could have directed Nosferatu.
Yeah, who else could have taken this on?
Yeah, who do you think would, other than Eggers, who would be your best pick?
Mm-hmm. Because there's definitely a few. Maybe. He's good at the slow build up.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of options, but currently I don't know. So yeah, that'll do it.
All right, that'll do it.
See you next time.
See you.
Bye.